Estamos acá por Soulmate TV, hoy arrancando un ciclo nuevo de entrevistas con artistas. El día de hoy tengo el placer de presentar a DJ Ruby. DJ Ruby es uno de los artistas más importantes de la escena progressive. Viene directo de Malta. Es un artista que tiene más de 33 años en la escena. Ha tenido supports y ha trabajado con Sasha, Digwid, Cataño. Es realmente un placer tenerlo con nosotros. Así que bueno, sin más ni menos, la idea es presentarte. Ruby, thank you very much for having you here.
Gracias. I can understand a little Spanish because I can speak Italian, so I get a little bit. I'm very happy to be here.
So we were saying it's an honor to have you here. 33 years
That's
in the music scene.
It's heading to 34 now. So
Yeah, 34.
Long time, very long time.
Long time.
Nice.
Today is your first time in Uruguay.
Yes, finally.
Finally.
After playing many times in Brazil and Argentina and Colombia, it's good to come and visit and play in Uruguay. Thanks for Soulmate and Kultoo.
It's a pleasure. So today it's your first time. What do you expect for tonight? What do you expect from the people, and what can people expect from you?
I already know about the night because it's getting popular, and of course videos comes up of the night. I know what I can see is that the people there really like the music. They like the deeper progressive, the groovy stuff. I saw energy as well. So I'm just going to be myself. I'm a underground progressive house DJ. Sometimes, I tend to go into different directions, and I'm a perfectionist, so I always try and deliver a perfect journey, and that's what I'm going to try to do tonight, and I'm sure I will succeed at.
We are very excited. So yeah. So you are well known for editing and re-editing the music that you sometimes play before a gig. So how did you prepare for tonight?
You looked deeply from my interviews. Yes, maybe until a few years ago when I wasn't traveling this much and playing this much international, I was literally like re-editing all my music to create, proper journeys. Literally treating a set like a music, like a musical piece. But I was playing a lot for the same crowd. So for me, it was like, okay, I need to be new tracks for every set. But as I went along, I started to learn that it was taking a lot of energy. It was taking a lot of time for me to produce music as well. So these days, I'm grateful that I get to, DJ all over the world every week in different countries. I try to build something really good, and then I play that, and then I have like different variations of it, but not fully, completely new every set and rehearse everything like I used to do before. But I still make sure it's a flawless journey, but it's impossible. You can do that, but
of course.
But then I need to sacrifice time from music production, which is very important these days.
Yeah. So you are known for your event producings in Malta. You've been doing events
for a very long time.
There's
been some changes recently,
Yeah. But what do you enjoy the most these days? You are a music producer. You are an event producer.
So as DJ, we had a chat before. Like a few years ago, you would tell me what were your priorities.
Yeah,
I'm a DJ first, event organizer second, and a music producer third. These days, things change. I'm a music producer and a DJ equally together the same first, and then doing events is getting less and less fun. Why? Because thankfully enough, I'm making a name for myself internationally. Yeah. So I had to sacrifice my events in Malta. These days I go very little, like not as regular, but the crowd has become smaller now because I've been traveling a lot. So yeah, these days number one priority in my career is producing music and doing good performances and traveling, obviously touring. And then obviously doing events. I try to stop doing events, but my heart told me, if I can't just stop,
Right.
So I still do like my birthday or some special event, to keep the underground progressive house vibe alive in my country.
That's amazing. So you've been an event producer, you've been a DJ, you've been a music producer
for a very long time.
But you have also been doing video editing. You upload a lot of SoundCloud video.
I don't stop.
Sets to YouTube.
I'm a self-taught person, I started in the early 90s, vinyl. For 15 years, I was a vinyl DJ, which I still love. My studio, I have a big collection. I still DJ on vinyl in my studio, and by the time I'm such a passionate person, like South American people, that by time, apart from learning the skill of DJing, like the proper, like the proper formats on vinyl, then on Ableton, then on CDJs, on USBs, and producing music. My time, obviously, it came that, these days to be a DJ and get a name for yourself, you also need to learn how to do a bit of filming and designing and video editing. And me, if I want to learn something, I want to be really good at it, So, at the end of, after a lot of time and a lot of things that went wrong, you practicing, I became very good in doing videos, cinematography, editing, social media, I got to learn everything.
So now knowing that these current trends where sometimes we have DJs that are more focused on social media than in DJing, do you think that a 2025 DJ should be what you just described?
So these days, well, for me, it's a different story. I'm an old school DJ. Even my name, these days no one is called DJ, whatever, but my name, DJ Ruby. Because I'm an old school DJ from the early 90s and now I can't change it,
Yeah.
So I've seen the days when you had to be a really good DJ, there's no social media, nothing. You need to be a really good DJ to make a name, or do something good. Things change these days, If you are a very good DJ and you are a very good producer, but you don't have social media presence or social media marketing, unfortunately, the 99% you're not going to make it. Unfortunately. But that's reality. So we need to embrace that. And yes, if you want to make it in the electronic dance music scene, in any scene, in the mainstream, even in the underground, like our scene, you need to have good social media presence, You need to upload regularly, like something decent. I'm not saying high-end videos, but something that is good.
No, but you really update a lot. If you check Ruby's YouTube, you will see there's many, at least one per month. It's a live set, a location. You
now on the Tuesday. Before I used to edit, upload everything. These days I'm really, putting time to put up the really, really good ones. Because when you're filming in clubs alone, many things can go wrong. So now I make sure that I upload only the really, really good ones where the light is good, the place is good, the vibe is good. Because sometimes it's a good party.
Yeah, of course.
But the video, it can look...
The angle doesn't help.
So these days I don't put them, but yet it involves a lot of work. I'm in an underground scene, I can't afford to employ people.
Yeah.
We're underground, I'm not
you need to know
James Hype or whatever, Even guys like, I don't know, like big guys from my scene, Guy J, Hannah, they don't have a team of people, they all do most of the tough stuff on their own. They have a management, yes, but when you are in the underground scene, then you need to put more work into things,
So after 33 years, 3 decades, what still excites you the most about what you do?
These days, I would say the genre, the scene that I'm into. I'm literally put all my heart into electronic music since I started DJing, but my heart is really deep into the deep underground progressive house scene. I know we're small, but the people that I interact with constantly are so much. We're a small scene, but all the people that are into this genre, they're so humble. Everyone is really, really, really into this scene, like with a huge passion. And for me, I think this is the energy that keeps me going. The vibe, the music, and the people that are involved in the underground deep progressive house.
Complete passion for it.
Completely. I'm ready to give. I am giving my life to it. I'm giving my life.
Literally. So talking about passion, a few weeks ago you got a support from Hernan Cataño and Nick Warren at Loveland Festival.
That was good footage. I get constantly,
Constantly. Does this make your heart race?
Yeah, always.
Yes.
Of course, always. I mean, I'm a Hernan, Nick, Guy. We don't have a lot of big guys, Going into the techno scene, there's like 1,000 which are like their stars. We have maybe 6, in our scene. So, to get your music played by people like Hannah or Nick, and then you have good footage of it, which you can
really
showcase it. And then I see people vibing to it. It's nothing new for me, but still, it's something nice, So
yeah, and that's amazing. So going back to the current dance scene and DJ's music, what do you think about it? Do you miss anything from the past?
Yes, vinyl.
Vinyl.
I love vinyl. I grew up with vinyl, watching Sasha and the Grid playing sets seamlessly, harmonically, like a pure journey without sync, without mixed thinky, mixing vinyl, you know, and they still used to deliver flawless sets.
Yeah.
That's for me, that's art, like, you know, that's what I miss. But, you know, it's not 1995 anymore, bro. It's not like we're in 2025. So we need to embrace what we have and do it. Especially like something, there's many people have arguments about the sync button every now and then, you know?
Yeah. What do you think about the sync button?
And I came from a vinyl background, you know? And at first I was like, no, I will never use a sync button. But progressive house is a genre that needs to sound perfect, you know? And it's a genre that you can play with 4 decks, leaving loops going on. You know, a loop is finishing, you put on the other loop. Without the sync, it's going to be a bit messed up. This is not house or techno raw. This is a melodic genre played at 121, 122 BPM. You know, it needs to sound perfect, you know? And these days, so I started to use the sync, but I use constantly 4 decks, constantly. Everyone uses it. Of course, because the music is going to sound more perfect. There's still the skill. I still believe that there's skill, you know? If I had to play with 2, with just two delays, never, you know? Because for me, it sounds a bit boring. With 2, I don't use it. I don't need to. It comes naturally after 30 years.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing with 4, then you know, I need to sound perfect. Yeah. You know, even for myself, you know, I can mix without the sync, but it won't sound as perfect. And progressive house needs to sound perfect from the beginning to the end.
Well, how have you been able to manage this level of perfectionism after 33 years? Because there's many artists that would say, nah, I've gotten used to it. I have my people. But you are a perfectionist. You try to sound amazing.
I'm always, I had a Sasha degree, 1993, 1994. I grew up with that perfectionism, you know? So that's something stuck into me, you know? The first time watching Sasha playing perfect level, like another way, like this was like 30 years ago, you know what I mean? And that's stick in my mind. Perfectionism, you know? And it happens that progressive house needs to sound perfect. If you're playing funky house, disco house, raw techno, it doesn't need to be perfect, you know?
Yeah.
You hear someone like Jeff Prince playing, it's not perfect, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not perfect, but it goes with his genre. But listen to a set of Guy J playing, you know, or Hernan, on point, you know, to good, nice transitions, like a story. The story needs to be flawless. That's our genre.
So talking about the past, your past, you did big events back in Malta. You would also know how to make the visuals for these events. You would do big visuals for these events.
By time, I had to learn everything.
Yeah, but what I'm interested about is, what do you think about the current dancing, where sometimes these big visuals overshadow DJs or even the music?
These days, I just do really minimal stuff, you know? I was doing really, really great visuals when the mobiles weren't as possible, weren't as popular. You know? These days, minimal. Thankfully enough, in our scene, and we don't really need to promote, don't use your mobile, because most of the people don't use mobile. Most of the people we're lucky. I feel myself really lucky and humbled that very, very rare. I see someone looking like this, you know, like sending a wide with, you know, progressive house is a cosmic genre, you know, it's a hypnotic genre. We don't have big drops, but it's hypnotic. And it doesn't go, you know, with your mobile, it's automatically. You know,
but if you see a phone, you are against it. What do you think?
It wouldn't, but I never think about it because it's not an issue in my career, in my gig. It's never been an issue. Sometimes I'd be scrolling on YouTube, you know, you see some kind of music, I'll be laughing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Most probably they're laughing more because they're billionaires. Well, but I'll be completely laughing, like, what the hell, look at. At least, you know, I don't need to say to our crowd, don't use phones. And they're all like, or some Black Coffee or James Hype or Solomon doing like this when he's playing. It's like, I start to laugh. You start to laugh and grateful at the same time. That's in our scene. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing about the progressive scene. Going to the progressive scene at the moment, which are some artists that you believe are pushing the progressive scene?
Oh, that's a very difficult. Young artists from Argentina and Sri Lanka, they're coming out all the time. I receive so much good music from 18-year-olds from Buenos Aires or Cordoba, like on a daily basis, daily basis, especially from all the cities in Argentina. I receive amazing music. And then I can tell they're good because then Hernan would play them, you know, from Sri Lanka as well. So there's a lot, you know, of them in the US. Of course, always grateful for the world that people like Hernan, Nick, Guy J, you know, all these people, like especially these three guys, you know, they're spreading the sound of progressive, you know, and introducing the progressive sound or the progressive vibe to maybe people that they don't know it, you know, and maybe they're making people getting into them. And something really good that happened in 2025 was certainly this balance. This was historic. For the first time ever. I think it was the first time ever that I felt like, wow, progressive house is the biggest thing on earth. You know, there were like 5, 6, 7,000 people at the first festival, you know. I think that really helped our scene and is going to be helping the scene in years to come. We'll never be the biggest scene, but I think the underground progressive scene, it will go. You know, or will never die. It will never die. It will never die, you know. It won't be massive. It will get a little bit bigger, you know, but it will be there forever.
Yeah. So, talking about your past, if you could go back and change something, what would that be? Is there anything that you would have done different?
Oh, if I would go back to the, wow, this is a very difficult question, you know, difficult question. One thing that maybe I wish that didn't happen, back in the middle 20s, like 2025, you know, progressive, we used to call it progressive trance, and then there was a lot of confusion and our genre completely died.
Wow.
You know, that was not a nice thing. You know, many good producers stopped doing this kind of music. Luke Chable, Sander Kleinenberg, so many. It was the shift between vinyl and digital, you know, and there was a lot of confusion. So there was a period, I would call it the confusion years. Then people like David Guetta, Avicii, Swedish House Mafia came up in the 2011, and they started to call it progressive house. And it has nothing to do with progressive. That even created more confusion.
Yeah.
But then thankfully, enough people like Sydney and Guy J started to become popular. And, you know, we start to say, okay, they play progressive house, but we play deep progressive house. People still didn't get it. But now, you know, they're getting it because now there's this TikTok techno trend. So finally, people are getting, so there is really good techno and there is like, techno.
Yeah.
You see, this was our story, the progressive. You know why David Guetta's progressive house and Guy J's progressive house? People didn't understand it. Now they're understanding it. Because of this new
trend.
Techno, which is really not techno. It's really commercial 90s music with a 4x4 beat, which is called techno. And people are realizing that. Yeah, that's it.
Messing that up.
Yes. So that's what I really wish that never happened.
That never happened. That makes
the confusion. The confusion. But now we're there.
And if you were to give an advice to aspiring DJs, what would it be?
Follow your heart all the way. You know, even if your genre or your music, there's only one person listening to it, never give up. Stay true to your heart. Someday you will be discovered. Someday something good you will have. But never give up. So be true to your heart, follow your heart. Whatever people say, whatever, you know, whatever your friends, your family, follow your heart, you know, and never give up. Or someday you will succeed.
Yeah. Just keep at it. So now we will switch it up a little.
Yep.
The idea is to play this game where it's 1 minute and 10 questions.
Okay.
I will give you 2 options and you will have to choose either one or the other.
Of course.
So starting now, digital or vinyl?
Vinyl.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
90s music or modern music?
90s music.
Playing on a club or playing on a festival?
Club.
But
balance, okay, but definitely club.
Playing on a club or playing on an island, like in Thailand?
The Thailand, it's one place only. One place. But the rest, a dark club, definitely. And the music, it's a cosmic, you know, club, energy, dark, you know, so definitely club.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Techno or tech house?
Techno. The good, hypnotic techno.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Producing in the studio or touring the world?
Both the same.
Both?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
So I think you will
Touring the world is winning more.
It's really
No? It has
more people, more contact with the people.
Not the 9 gigs, accept gigs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it takes me away from time in studio.
So this is a hard one. Never eating your favorite food or never listening to your favorite art?
Never eating to your favorite food. Like
And who would be your favorite art?
Guy J.
Guy J? Just leave the rest apart and Guy
For
J.
me, he's the best DJ, not for just from our scene, but all over.
DJ and producer.
Yes, yes, for sure. Definitely. Guy J for me, you know. Sasha, yes, but that's for me the GOAT, you know, but definitely Guy J.
Awesome. So we have a few more. It's more out of context questions. If you could have one superpower as a DJ, what would it be?
Making underground progressive house big again, huge again, like it used to be.
Yeah.
I know it can happen, but back in the 2000s was huge.
Yeah.
You know, it was huge, you know, back in the global underground, you know,
that would be it.
You know?
So it will be a superpower for all of the people, not only for you.
Definitely, you know, that's a good thing.
If you had to pick just one record.
Underworld, Dark and Long.
Okay.
Definitely.
To take to a desert island.
Like even Underworld, Dark
Doesn't matter.
It's a dark and long, you know, like
Really.
dark and underworld, you know.
And underworld.
So that would be my all-time favorites.
And what's one artist that you secretly love that fans would never expect?
It's a band, but led by one Spongel.
Spongel.
Where's
that from?
It's he's English. It's a psy-dub act.
Okay.
You know.
So live act.
Live act, but there's only one guy. He runs it. You know, the Simon Postberg. He uses the name Spongel. So it's more of the psychedelic things, but they've harped is psy-dub, you know, like reggae music, but it's really good, very groovy, choral. You know, it's interesting. It was a huge inspiration for me. Spongel.
You've seen them live?
Yes, many times, even him, you know. So yeah, you should check out Spongel. SHPONGLE.
Okay.
Spongel, and listen to an album called Nothing Is Long and Nothing Lasts. It's an album from 25 years ago. Wow, it's a journey. You know, there's 10 tracks, but they're mixed with each other, you know?
Yeah.
So all the music is amazing.
So talking about journeys, you are known to crafting journey sets. You are known for doing all day, all night longs, open to close events.
The longer, better.
How do you prepare for something like that?
It involves a lot of work, you know, and be careful what I'm going to play, especially when I know I'm going to be filming, you know, the event. I want to make sure that the tracks are right, you know, everything matching, you know, if a track maybe it's not that powerful, but I still like vibes of it. I put a lot of things on it, and then I have to work out, okay, I'm going to do re-edit, but then I'm going to do live things. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So when you're a perfectionist like me, and now what our genre wants, you know, to be perfect, it's a lot of work.
So do you, for instance, separate the music for the different moments? Do you start with different like subgenres? Or how like I feel like
I go with the flow of
the flow of the day.
Of the day, you know, how like I never start preparing like a week before.
Okay.
I leave it to the last 2 days. I want to feel, you know, how I'm feeling, what I'm
closest to will feel to the day of the set.
I never go to a club and I say, okay, what I'm gonna be playing, let's see. Why? Because these days who is ever gonna book me? Usually they're all underground, not like before. You go to a club, you know, they don't book you for you know, you get booked, you're a DJ to play. So we have to really see what genre play these days. People book me because they want before my sound, you know, so I'm good. So I prepare myself with my own sound, which comes easier, but you still need to put a lot of work.
Well, I think this is the end of the interview. Yeah. I'm really
very interesting.
Thank you very much for this. If you want to send a message or give an advice, or this is a moment where you can say whatever you believe.
It's literally photocopy what I just told you before. If you want to succeed in life, in anything, you know, be true to yourself, follow your heart, and never ever give up.
Well, this has been DJ Ruby. Estuvimos acá con DJ Ruby directo desde Malta. Thank you very much, DJ Ruby.
Gracias.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Looking forward for the gig at Kultoo.
And we will see you. Los vamos a ver en la próxima entrevista para Soulmate TV. Este fue Alejo Bala y muchas gracias por acompañarnos.